What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at Mega Abomasnow, a new behemoth coming out in our Mega Evolution set 350 HP Water type Pokemon. Stage 1 evolves from Snover. That's right. It has its first attack, Avalanche Hammer. For 2 waters, discard the top 6 cards of your deck. You do 100 damage for each basic water discarded that way. That's a lot of damage. You can cap at 600. I don't think there's a single card in the Pokemon TCG that can withstand an attack that does 600 damage. Then you have Frost Barrier. For 3 waters, you do 200, and this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks during your opponent's next turn. I mean, obviously, the Frost Barrier, it seems pretty cool for 3 energy and 200 damage, but we could just always, hit 600 damage. So, this guy's got a Metal Weakness and 4 water, 4 Retreat Cost. Nothing too crazy. Today, we're going to be looking at a video from the Japanese YouTube channel where I will be looking at some early gameplay, a deck list, giving my opinion on these things. Remember to check out the Japanese YouTube channel and like and subscribe if you guys enjoy this kind of content. We're just going to jump right into it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Usually the lists are pretty fun. Oh, okay. We gotta go back a little bit. We have the Abomasnow, the 4/4 Abomasnow, pretty reasonable. We're gonna be discarding a lot of cards. We have the Kyogre, which I think shuffles energies back into your deck, 20 plus energies and shuffle them back in. I forgot what the Gumshoes does, but it's also in here. I think it puts a card on top of your deck. We have the Fez to draw some cards, Ultra Balls and Nest Balls to basically just find our Pokemon. We have 2 Super Rods and Energy Recycler to put cards back in. I kind of forgot Energy Recycler was still in format. Um, didn't I actually forgot that card was in format. Prime Catcher as our ace spec, which makes sense. You want to just gust when you hit it. EXP share to keep chaining attacks in case our guy goes down. 4 lilies and 3 research. We're going to be drawing a lot of cards if we need to. The 2 Iono to shuffle and draw cards. The 3 bosses orders to gust when we need to. We're going to be discarding cards, like I said, pretty reliably all the time with our attack. And then we have the stadium that moves our bench to the active as many times as we'd like. And then yeah, seems pretty reasonable. I'm pretty excited to see how this plays out. It should be pretty interesting. Kind of a meme deck for sure. I don't think there's a lot of competitive potential here, but I think it could be a lot of fun if it works out. The XP share on the bench already attached to the active Young Goose on the bench. There's the Artisan as well. Charmander coming down. So we're up against Charizard, Monkey Dory, might be Poltzard more than likely. Could just be Zard straight, yeah, with Evos. Makes sense as well. Also pretty decent. Luminous in the hand. So we're just gonna go ahead and use the Evo, evolving up our guys. This Zard can actually can it even one shot? Yeah, it can eventually one shot, right? No, it can't eventually. Yeah, it can with a Defiance at the very end. Yeah, maybe, but that's about it. We're gonna go ahead and do the Gumshoes. Attach the card from hand. We're gonna go ahead and use Lilies. Shuffle our hand. Draw 8. This card is so broken in the new format. Like, it's gonna be the staple draw card for such a long time. Putting Pheasantipity down preemptively. Don't know if that's a mistake, but we're just gonna go ahead and put it down. We're gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball, get ourselves an Abomasnow. There we are starting. Let's get this ball rolling, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and use Gumshoes to put a card on top of our deck, I believe. We're swapping cards. Yeah, that's what it does. We're gonna put it there, and we're just gonna go ahead and use the attack to discard the top 6 cards of our deck. One. We need 1 more energy for a knockout. Oh, we're getting close. Okay, there we go. Sixth card, but we lost a lot of resources in the process. That is kind of the downside to playing all these like other cards that aren't just like straight attacks. We're basically limited to 6 attacks until we have to use the Kyogre. There is the Ultra Ball. The Psyduck also making an appearance in this list. Just an incredible card as well for the format, especially with Magneton coming in and dealing with this Mega Manectric deck as well. Candy Charizard also hitting the board off of 8 cards. 8 cards for Charizard is quite a lot. We're powering up this Chi-Yu as well. Attaching to Chi-Yu, we're going to retreat into Charizard. Pidgeot. Oh, we still haven't even used Pidgeot. That's crazy. We can Pidgeot out a card, and we're going to swing for 210 damage. Keep in mind, we're taking 3 prize cards every time we knock out a Mega Pokemon. So every time we do, we're up really, really far ahead. We're going to Super Rod back the 3 waters we've already discarded, putting ourselves at better odds to hit. We're going to get the Water Stadium into play. We're going to use Research to draw 7 brand new cards. That's one of our few recovery cards we have. We need to not draw into a lot of water cards. There's one right there. But we're going to put that back into our deck. We're going to go Mega Abomasnow here. We're going to Ultra Ball away some of the pieces. Ding out another Pokemon here, another Mega Abomasnow. We have the Stadium, so we can keep doing this over and over again. If we'd like, we're going to do this. We're going to use the attack. Go ahead. We need 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There it is. That is crazy. I mean, like, we're gambling. We are gambling, ladies and gentlemen. And we hit it. There goes down the Charizard. But the Charizard player is still in a pretty good spot because this Chi-Yu can, I think, clean up the knockout. We can set up another Charizard onto the board and try to clean up the game at the very end with that route. Or we can, sack a couple of 1 prize attackers if we need to. Or we can just go on Charizard this turn and try to go Charizard and close out the game in some capacity like that. We're going to go ahead and get the Charizard into play. We're going to go ahead and accelerate to it here. Looks like the balloon onto the Fez as well. We're going with the Chi-Yu here, doing 140 damage, knocking out this Mega Abomasnow, taking 3 prize cards, and putting ourselves at a tie game. This Chi-Yu, the EXP share comes through. Yep, you have to do that before you draw your card for turn. EXP share is a you may, not you must. Opting for the Fez draw here. We're not using the Kyogre here, it looks like. She forgot to use Fez last turn. I think they're pointing that out too. She's like, you put that down, but you forgot to use it. Happens to the best of us. I mean, like, who hasn't gone to a local or a cup or a challenge or whatever and made that mistake? I've done it plenty of times, actually. But it's something you learn from and you get better from, obviously, from casual plays and your friends pointing it out. We're going to boss up the Charizard here. We need a lot. We're gonna use our second rod, putting back 3 waters once again. We're going to be able to Gumshoe another one to the top of our deck, so we're guaranteeing at least 100 damage. We need to hit 4 once again. We have a lot of energies actually in the deck, so we can probably do... Yeah, I was going to say that this one's like pretty likely to hit. Actually, the one previously probably wasn't, but this one's like actually pretty likely to hit because of how many energies are in the deck. So we're going to go ahead and take this one. Now the Charizard player can theoretically go... What they're doing, they get 150 other prize cards. They can go Candy, Charizard, Defiance Belt. The game can end, but we don't know if they're playing all those cards, especially with the Chi-Yu we've seen, especially with the all these other pieces we've seen in the deck. But it would be kind of unique if they were able to actually pull this off with the Fez here. There's a secret box, or if they're Max Belt, like could have been their A-Spec too, right? Like if Max Belt was their A-Spec as well, that could have been good. Well, they didn't get a tool off the secret box, so now we don't know if they have one. And if they do have a tool, it's got to be in their hand. If they don't play this Defiance Band, then I guess it's not happening. You know, I've seen plenty of Charizards actually not playing some of these aggressive cards. We're gonna go ahead and use the CC, bring up the one that's... Yep, and we're gonna go ahead and Iono. That's actually pretty good. We're gonna go down to 1 card from the Abomasnow player, and this 1 card's got to be really good. If it's an energy card, technically we can attack and just try to sack and end the game. But we're basically putting them on a 1 card clock here. And the stadium got bumped as well, which is pretty good. I guess the Gumshoes can see 1 new card. He's smiling here. He knows Ultra Ball thinning out the whole hand. Just going to 0, and we're gonna retreat and go with Zard and just smack for 330. Now, you guys might be thinking, why is this Charizard list not playing some of these more aggressive cards? I guess the Air Balloon is probably one of those. Air Balloon plus Evo is probably enough to kind of supplement. And this deck, it gets like really tight now when you're putting like Chi-Yu in, putting Pidgeotto in, putting Charmeleons in. The deck list gets really tight really fast. So maybe Defiance Band is just a card that you would naturally cut from the deck, or it could be prized. But if Defiance Band would have cleaned up this game right here, that's something important to note as you guys are thinking about the future formats and how to play Charizard or decks like this, especially with Megas being as big as they are in the upcoming format. We're going to be able to Gumshoe a Water Energy to the top of the deck. The other card is probably a Water Energy in the hand. And we're going to go ahead and rip it. We need to hit 4. There's no other way to do it. It's up to the gamble. Let's see where it is. 1, 2, just 3. Just 3. I mean, we did hit a lot of energies early on. We didn't hit the Recycler. So the game actually will be going to this Charizard player. Kind of funny that it was very, very close. But there it is. There's the knockout. This Abomasnow deck is a complete meme. This deck is not like super serious. We'll go back to the list really quickly. You guys probably shouldn't take this one super seriously. This deck is like more of a fun deck, if anything. I wouldn't really consider this a competitively viable deck. If you want to take this, you could probably chop out some of the supporter cards, make it just a bunch of energies, and just try to play straight Mega Abomasnow and try to hit as many energies as you possibly can every time. Maybe chop out some of these lilies, chop out the Fez. Maybe you just think, yeah, I don't need these extra cards. I'll just get there where I need to get there. Put in another second Recycler maybe, and then go from there. Kind of a funny deck, kind of a fun deck. Let me know if you guys enjoy this kind of content. Like and subscribe, and we'll check you guys out in a different video.